I'm Mimi Bartell, and I am with Adam Carroll from 4 Premier Properties and Steve Kneese with SK Roofing. We are at 132 West Creekview in Fredericksburg, and we are here because we recently had a hailstorm, and Steve is going to be doing the inspection on the roof for us. Steve, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your company?
Sure. My name is Steve Kneese. My family has been here since 1847 in Fredericksburg. I started my first roofing company down in Houston in about 2006-07, and then after that was all over in 2010, I moved home and have had SK Roofing here since 2010. We have roofed approximately 1,500 houses in Fredericksburg since 2010, and that's about all I can say about me. We try to do a very honest business and just guide people in the way that they need to be guided. I was in the insurance business for a very long time before I started my first roofing company, and so I know a lot about the insurance world and how to deal with everything, and it's a great asset when you can help people through the adjustment process, because it's very complex, and the adjuster summaries are about as clear as mud, so but I can read them in my sleep, so it's no big deal.
Oh, that's great. When you're inspecting the roof for hail damage, what exactly are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for hail hits. A hail hit is a definite mark on the roof, and in order for that roof to be approved by an insurance company in every 10 by 10 area, which is called a roofing square, there has to be 10 at least defined hits in that 10 by 10 area. Other than that, it's not going to be an insurance claim.
Okay, so it doesn't matter really if you have ruffled shingles or if the gravel is off or if there's missing shingles. Do you strictly look for those 10 hail dents?
Well, if we're searching, if we're looking for hail damage, now wind damage, you'd look for bent over shingles or missing shingles and things like that. A lot of people think that if they have a very old roof, that the insurance company won't approve that. But that's the furthest thing from the truth, because the insurance company wants to mitigate future damage on the interior of that house. So just because it's old doesn't mean that they're not going to buy that roof, in other words.
Okay. And how long does one have to contact their insurance company after a hail event?
In the state of Texas, you have 1 year from the date of the peril in order to file your claim.
Okay. So should people wait and see if we're going to have another hail event before the season is over, or what should they do?
If we're in the springtime in Gillespie County, I always recommend to wait. The reason I recommend to wait is that an insurance company will not combine claims. In 23, we had 8 dates of loss in Gillespie County.
Wow.
March the 2nd was the first. Okay, so if someone had their insurance company come in after the March the 2nd hailstorm, and they had enough damage on the roof that was approved, and then on April the 20th, the next one we had, and then April 22nd, the 3rd, and so on and so on. Let's say in April, then their gutters were torn up, they had windows broken and things like that. Those 2 claims will not be combined.
Okay.
They'll be separate claims, and you'll have 2 deductibles. So it's always better to wait. We offered people back in 23, just let it go. If you notice any leaking spots on your ceiling, we'll come and put a temporary cover on there for nothing. We'll get you in the dry. Just wait until it's over before people get in too much of a hurry. And then we have what we call storm chasers that converge on the town, and they scare people. They'll tell people things like material's going to go through the roof and it's not going to be available and you're not going to be able to blah, 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 and those are all those are sales.
Scare tactics.
Tactics, right. I mean, that doesn't happen. So the best thing you can do is keep things local, whether it's us or whether it's another local company. There's several here in town. And, I put many articles in the paper about that called Beware the Storm Chaser. So you know, they're not going to come back and fix it if it leaks. If a roofer comes down here from Fort Worth and you leak, they're not going to come back to fix that leak.
I understand. Okay.
That's the way that goes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Steve. So what factors to consider when choosing a roofing company?
The factors that I would think are the more important, like I just mentioned, is to hire somebody local in your community that's been in business for a long period of time, and that, you know, is insured, is bonded, is an actual roofing company. It's kind of hard in the state of Texas. There's no requirements to start a roofing company. You and I could start Steve and Mimi's today, and tomorrow we'd have a DBA bank account and have a roofing company. If they would control that a little bit, it would be much better for people in general. But I would definitely keep that as a local thing, because if it's not local, they're not going to come back and fix your problems if they end up with problems.
Okay. Well, so how long does a warranty last once they do get a roof?
We give every roof we do, whether it's standing seam or shingle or wood, we don't do a lot of wood, but a 10-year no leak guarantee. If it leaks, we fix it. If it stains your ceiling, we fix that too. The manufacturer's warranties on shingles, most shingles now have a lifetime warranty. As long as that person owns that house, they have some defect warranty. That only counts for manufacturing defects. Depending on the manufacturer, that can the what they call the true start portion of that warranty will be for 15 to 20 years. That if that shingle fails to their manufacturing, they will replace it in full, including tear off, labor, disposal, material, everything. Metal warranties, or if it's colored, they'll have some paint, fading warranties and stuff like that. On a silver Galvalume roof, there's really no color warranty, but and wood, you don't get any manufacturer's warranty with a shake shingle. But like I say, we don't do many of those, and most cities don't even allow them.
Okay.
Wow. So do you do all kinds of roofs, metal, shingle?
We do standing seam metal, we do shingle, and we do wood. We do flat roof applications with either modified bitumen or TPO, which is thermoplastic olefin. Those are all designed for a flat roof. You should never put shingles on anything that is a 2-on-12 or below on the pitch. That just means for every foot that it goes out, it drops more than 2 inches before you can put shingles. And up to a 4-pitch, you have to either put an ice and water shield underneath those shingles, or double the felt if it's, but all those things are just what the roofing company should know. Homeowners shouldn't really be concerned with that.
About that.
Right. But it's amazing how many times we go to a house that has been leaking and find that shingles were put on a 1-on-12 pitch.
Wow.
And
a flat roof, basically.
It's pretty flat. So, and the water gets to the edge, and then it doesn't come off, and it soaks in and rots it out right along the fascia.
Okay.
And so when you see a flat like on the back and it's rotted out back there, that's what's wrong.
Okay. Well, you've given us lots of advice, but do you have any final bits of wisdom you want to give our viewers? Something?
Well, just know who you're hiring. I mean, know who you're hiring. Check their credentials. Check their references. I mean, references are a very important thing. Okay. When I came back here in 2010, I never have liked giving somebody 2 or 3 references. That's probably their brother and their dad and their cousin. So I started compiling a list in May of 2010, and right now we have about 800 or 900 names on that list.
And my name is on that
list.
list.
And so anybody that wants a reference, just look at this. You probably know someone, call them. If you don't know someone, put your finger down and call them. Ask them whatever you want about our business, how we conduct it, what we do. We also help everyone through that insurance process. and by submitting their invoices and all of that, have to be very careful today because in 2019, they signed a new law into force called the deductible law. And you can read that online. Anybody that's caught trying to make a deductible shrink, disappear, whatever, is subject to a $2,000 fine and 6 months in jail or both. So they've gotten very serious about that. And you know, if someone comes to your door and says we can eat your deductible, tell them to go away right now because they've already broken the law.
Okay. Well, how would someone reach you if they wanted to get you to come out and see their roof? How would they get a hold of you?
Well, we're in the newspaper every week. We've got an ad in the Fredericksburg Standard, 52 weeks a year, and then on the special dates we run other stuff. But that's one way. Our website is SK Roofing FBGTX. You can go to that website .com, skroofingfbgtx.com, and our contact is there. You can contact the company through that website. Our phone number is 830-733-7672. I have 2 business partners now. My son-in-law is come in with me, and he's going to end up taking over when I'm too old to do this anymore. And I'm very happy that I can keep this in the family.
Absolutely.
I really am.
That's good. Well, I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you very much
Adam?
for all the advice.
Mimi,
Thank you, Steve.
thank you.
So
I
we
appreciate
are
it.
Adam Carroll and Mimi Bartell with 4 Premier Properties, and thank you for watching.